we recently helped a client solve problems that they were having with their call center. So in a fintech call center, the people who are actually taking the phone calls, they are really measured predominantly on the amount of time that they spend on the phone. On average, it's about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, every second that they save transfers to 1 FTE. So if they were able to go from 4 minutes and 30 seconds to 4 minutes and 29 seconds consistently over the course of a year, that saves them an FTE. So when you think about what these guys are doing, when you think about the challenges that the people in the call center have to they have to solve, is that they have to be able to take notes on the call, they have to be able to route, they have to be able to answer questions accurately, they've got to be able to achieve customer satisfaction, they've got to be able to upsell, and they've got to do it all as fast as possible. It is a non-trivial challenge. So in the first phase of what we helped them with, we actually started using Whisper AI to audit the calls and extract the information from the call center and transcribe it into notes. Then that was parsed by a data set, which was fed to a vector database. So for the next phase, when we're actually going to have a channel that's actually going to start whispering in their ear and say, "Oh, Mr. Johnson, I noticed that your car is paid off. Are you ready to upgrade to a new one?" The challenge with all of this is trying to figure out the right way to help people, the correct way to interject AI intelligently and pragmatically in a way that makes sense and isn't all about hype and putting a check mark next to your resume. With the solution that we put into place, we were able to help them do that. Now, in this next phase, I want to show you how easily you can build a process that does something like this in Camunda. In the first part of this project, what you're going to see is that we have a fairly traditional workflow for call centers. A call comes in, someone receives it, they do triage, figure out where it's actually supposed to go, and then they route it to that department. Very traditional workflow. The goal here is to eliminate the sort of redundant work that people can do so they can go on and do more high value things. So the first thing we wanted to do was get rid of the FTE that actually does that work. In order to do that, what we decided to do was put in an AI agent that would start routing the calls to the right people at the right time. The next thing that we wanted to do was to start logging the calls in such a way that we knew what the feedback was and what the customer was saying, and start doing sentiment analysis so we could get a sense of the satisfaction that they had. After that, we wanted to start measuring how well we could start automating responses to that. So we started using 11 Reader to start actually routing audio responses back to people so that they could say, "Hey, we heard you," we paraphrase what they said to us, and that way they have a sense of acknowledgement and being part of the system. After that, we start using AI to dynamically figure out where the task should be routed. And finally, we put it all together with a voice intercept so people can literally speak to their phone and then invoke the call. And that's the demo that I'm going to show you right now. Hey Siri, play. I want to start saving for my son's college fund. He's very smart and I feel like I should start taking care of him.
Thank you for calling our help center. How can I assist you today with starting a college fund for your son?
So let's talk about what we just saw. We took spoken text, we used Whisper AI to transcribe it into written text. We then make a RESTful call to a Camunda process. The Camunda process receives the input. It uses another AI to be able to figure out what the person wants and respond intelligently. Then we use 11 Reader to respond back to them in text, so we acknowledge that we heard them, and we don't just repeat what they said to them, but we actually paraphrase it to make sure that it's in context and they understand that we're processing it. We then use AI to figure out the right place for this person to be served in the best way possible. And while those people are serving them, we transcribe the notes that they would otherwise have to manually take. And we keep doing this so the customer doesn't lose a sense of context, while we're able to give them products that they can afford and are appropriate for the needs that they have, because we actually remember the things that they said to us in the past. I think this is a win-win across the board here. I think that there's an opportunity here to do some really good things that are positive for the community, positive for the people, and positive for our customers. And by the way, if you're wondering how long it took to do all of this was a day and a half, including the time that it took to hook into things like Whisper AI and 11 Reader and all that kind of stuff. If you haven't worked with Camunda, all I can tell you is you don't know what you're missing. AI is great, it's fantastic, but you need a way to actually orchestrate and organize all these different agents so that they serve your larger purpose. And that's where Agentic Orchestration and Camunda really come in to help you.